It's time for another exciting episode of the Bad Influence Podcast with me, your host, yours truly, Jordan Banderas. I would really appreciate it if you hit that follow, subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of my episodes. And so we can continue to spread our message of thinking outside the box. Because you won't want to miss this episode today. It's pure gold. Since today, I want to share something that I discovered recently. I discovered that armoring up with the right headspace and tactics is your first line of defense to survive life. I was able to find this by asking myself a simple question. I was feeling a little down the other day, so I looked at myself in the mirror and I asked myself this particular question. I was like, do you know what bulldozing through life's shed and grabbing your goals by the horns has taught me in the last 10 years? I know, right? It's a big question and it's a big answer as well. Now, ask yourself the same question. Do you have an answer? And if you don't, it's vital to find your answer to that question, because in this shitstorm of a world, according to some fearmongers, I honestly don't believe that bullshit, but with distractions and information overload ready to knock you off course, it's hard to create a good life nowadays. Or at least it feels like it, right? It seems like it's so hard to get out of debt, to find a good job, to be able to take care of your family. So everybody's so stressed. But let me give you some background on this, okay? I have mentioned before how my wife helped me become a better man, a fucking good man. But I recently realized that becoming a good man was always a goal for me. I set this particular goal unconsciously because of how my wife made me feel. Like at the beginning of our relationship, when we got married, the way that she was treating me made me feel like I had to step up. I was like, I need to step the fuck up. And you bet your damn ass I did. But I could not have done this if it wasn't for me being so fucking curious to see if I could actually do it. I was like, I wonder if I can actually do it, because I had never done anything like this. So I was like, I just wonder if I have it in me to actually do it. So I started to focus on learning who the fuck I was, what I liked, my values, my beliefs, everything, the good and the bad. I had to learn how to avoid distractions and become obsessed with my goals. I have heard a lot of people say like, oh, you have to become obsessed. Like so obsessed with your goals that people think you're crazy. The titans of our history and the titans of today are obsessed with their goals. Like Elon Musk, Tesla, and many others. Ford, all of them were obsessed with their goals. And then while I was doing this, just like that, my wife got sick. And since then, there has only been one fucking goal in my mind. To be able to take my wife to the best doctors. Right now, we have a good team of doctors. But the ones that can help my wife feel way better don't take insurance. It's all private practice. So it's all on me to make this happen. And I honestly can tell you that because of me working on this goal, I didn't pay attention to anything that has happened in the last 10 years. Literally anything. I feel like I have missed so much. Because I remember people trying to get my opinion on Trump, calling Mexicans rapists and drug dealers and saying all this shit about immigrants and whatever. Or people even saying like, oh, Biden is ruining us. What you think about this? What you think about your wife and Biden? All this shit. And when I would hear this, I was just like, quítate pendejo, get the fuck out of my way. I have more important things to tend to. Which, in this case, it's true. I have to make sure that I can take my wife to the best doctors. So I became obsessed and a hermit at the same time. And for me, doing this was great. And it can do wonders for your life. But there's a downside. Now that I can slow down a little bit since our situation has changed, I have a lot of fucking questions. Like, what the fuck happened? 10 years ago, we were not like this bad or anything like that. There's so much that has changed. Like, what did I miss? I mean, we all went through the pandemic, but damn, how did it affect you? Are you okay? Do you need a hug? Do you need somebody to talk to? Because there's so much shit going on that it's like, what the hell? It's like, did I not watch the news at all? Like, how the hell is this happening, right? Especially in the United States. I know that I missed a lot, but I wouldn't take those days back. I'm being honest with you, because I also have learned valuable lessons and I want to share those with you today. And those lessons are that laying down your goals isn't just wishful thinking. It's about chiseling out a no bullshit plan to storm the castle of success. I'm talking smart goals, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. This isn't just goal setting, just so you guys know. It's crafting your battle plan with precision and a deadline. You're like, okay, I have this plan, this is what I'm going to do, and I have to do it by this date. And then you work on it, and then you achieve it. And like Bob Proctor used to say, the deadline is not as important as the work, because sometimes it could take a few more months, a few more years, but if you keep going at it, you're going to fucking win. And one of the things that you must fucking face while you're working on this is that distractions are like landmines on your path to glory. Whether it's the chaos around you, your mojo taking a dive, or your own head playing tricks, these fucking bastards are out to derail you. But guess what? And that's what I'm here to tell you. You can outsmart this mess by adapting your surroundings to support your mission, beefing up your willpower and tuning your mindset into I fucking got this. That's what you have to do. You cannot allow any distractions. You literally have to put the blinders. You have to have blinders on. Just look ahead of you. Don't look at your neighbor. Don't look at your family. Especially if they're like trying to bring you down. You know what I'm talking about. Don't compare yourself to others. That's one thing that you have to do. You have to literally say to yourself, I got this. Because your battlefield and the people around you heavily influence your mission's success rate. I stopped talking to a shit ton of people. And that has been the best thing I have ever done. Like, I don't get like 100 texts anymore, 100 calls anymore. I barely get anything like that anymore. So I can focus on what I need to do. And social media, that sneaky time thief, and even your circle, can pull you away from your targets. That's why you have to be very careful what you do and who you hang out with. So you have to make some smart changes in your environment and how you interact with the digital world if you want to achieve your goals. So you have to amp up your mental stamina with practices like meditation to keep your eye on the prize. And meditation has actually helped me a lot. One of the reasons why I recommend it is because your brain's wiring can be your worst enemy or your secret weapon. Negative shit tends to set you up for a faceplant before you even start. You know what I'm talking about. You're going to start, let's say, a business. You tell someone in your circle and they're like, oh, you suck at it, you're not gonna make it, you don't know anything about businesses, why the fuck are you starting? So switching that vibe to a positive beat and visualizing your win sets the stage for actual victory. And this mental pivot is crucial to dodge the self-sabotage and shoot for the fucking stars. That's what you need to do. That's one of the things that you need to do. You need to shoot for the fucking stars. Don't let anybody, and I mean anybody, derail you. Focus, obsess about it, go after it. Because I learned that keeping your eye on the prize means painting a vivid picture of victory, breaking the journey into bite-sized badass milestones, and crafting ascendant for peak focus, that's my home for me, is so important. And another thing that I have learned, and is one of the most important things that I can tell you, is that you must do regular check-ins and tweaks to your strategy to keep you nimble and in it to win it. I have seen so many people keep trying the same thing. They don't change, they don't adapt, and then when they fail, they're like, I don't know, my plan was bulletproof. It's like, dude, you cannot use the same strategy 100% of the time because everything changes. I mean, we have AI, we have all of these bots online now. Everything has changed. Information changes within minutes, right? Everything changes. So you also have to be adaptable to that. You have to learn how to change on the fly. You have to learn that not everything is going to work the way that you want to. That's why you have to literally strategize and come up with a new plan. Sometimes even every day. Because dreaming big packs a punch in the motivation department, which is going to help you adapt because you want to achieve that dream. You want to create that life that you deserve. And seeing yourself in that winner circle not only spikes your drive, but maps out the route to get there. So staying flexible lets you adapt and overcome, keeping you locked on target. And like I say, for others, it might seem like an obsession, like a crazy obsession. They're going to call you crazy. But when they see you on the top of the mountain, they're going to be like, can you help me? How did you do it? You know what I'm talking about, right? Like your own family is going to be like, oh, my son, let me handle your money, right? That's something that my family has done. Not my wife, my family, okay? But another important thing, and I want you to remember this, because I'm going to talk about this in another episode, but this is just a taste, okay? Don't forget that the why behind your hustle matters. You must have a clear motive, because having that in your corner cuts through distractions like a hot knife through butter, fueling your fire to keep you pushing no matter what. Things may go wrong. Everything might be falling out of place. You don't know what to do. But if you have a why, you're like, I have to figure this shit out. I'm the captain of this ship, and I'm gonna take us to the final destination. Now, for me, success is a marathon of winning rounds, and setting and nailing those mini goals keep you juiced and proves you're on the right track. Because you're working on these mini goals, you achieve one and you're like, hell yeah, fuck yeah, I did. Let's move on to the next. And you keep winning and you keep winning and you keep winning, and you start building self-confidence, and you start building grit, and you start building knowledge, and you keep improving and moving and moving. And all of a sudden, like for me, it was 10 years. I look back and I'm like, damn, I remember when I started, I had nothing. I had nothing. When my wife and I met, I was unemployed. When my wife and I started living together, I literally had nothing else to go back to. I was pretty much homeless. And look what I have been able to build because of my grit, because of doing this. This method keeps you in the game, hungry for the next win. I use this method and it worked for me, and it can work for you. You can try it, and like I always say, if it doesn't work for you, tweak it so it works for you. And this is a lot of information, right? But a good way to remember all of these is to understand that this journey, it's more than just ticking boxes. It's just more than money, than having a car, than having a house. It's about owning the path, understanding the game, dodging the bullshit, and sticking to your guns with every step. Because there's going to be people that are going to tell you like, oh, this is better advice for you. If you follow my lead, you're going to make $100 million in a month. Shit like that. I've seen it on Instagram nowadays. So strap in, fuel up on grit, and let those goals lie up the road ahead. No matter how messy it fucking gets. This is your life. This is what you deserve. You go after it. You create it. You literally bend reality to your will. Your reality. Nobody else's reality can be bent but yours. So go out there and get it done. And that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe to our channel for more inspiring content. Remember to keep an open mind and engage in respectful discussions in the comments below. Also, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and hit that notification button to stay tuned for more content. Got a story or a question or just need to vent? You know where to find me. Share your journey and let's navigate this wild ride together. Until next time, stay connected. Stay badass, and remember, the world needs your unique brand of badassery. And here are my final thoughts. Focus on that goal like a red pill guy focuses on the bad part of a woman's body. And have a great day.